In the early 1970s, in a quiet, cold village in Bavaria, Germany, lived a young girl named Anneliese Michel. She was an ordinary student, bright, religious, kind, loved by her family and friends. She attended school, played piano, and dreamed of a peaceful future. But beneath this simple life, a slow, creeping darkness began to rise. One that would turn her world into one of the most disturbing real horror cases ever recorded. It began subtly. At night, when everyone slept, Annalise started hearing strange footsteps in the hallway outside her bedroom. Heavy, deliberate steps. She would wake up and feel someone standing at the edge of her bed. Sometimes she felt a weight pressing on her chest, so heavy she couldn't move or call for help. Her parents thought it was stress from studies, but these small signs slowly grew into something far more terrifying. One night, Annalise felt a cold breath near her ear. She sat up instantly, heart pounding. The room was dark, still, silent, yet she knew someone or something had been there. A few days later, her body suddenly stiffened and she fell to the floor, violently shaking. Doctors diagnosed epilepsy, gave her medication, and sent her home. For a while, things seemed normal, but the darkness was only beginning. Soon she started seeing faces, twisted, burnt, angry, hovering in corners of her room. At night, she heard growling, low and inhuman, coming from under her bed. She said she felt something crawling inside her, whispering, mocking her. Her diaries from that time are filled with desperate lines. "I am not alone. Something is watching me." Then came the moment that changed everything. Annalise walked into a church with her mother. The instant she stepped inside, she felt an intense burning sensation under her skin. Her face twisted in pain. She covered her ears and began screaming uncontrollably. She said she couldn't bear to look at the crucifix. Holy water made her recoil as if it were acid. Religious images made her furious. The family knew this was not normal. Her voice changed. When she spoke, it wasn't her soft tone anymore. It became deep, rough, guttural, nothing like a young girl. Sometimes it sounded like multiple people speaking through her at once. The whispers in her house grew louder. She stopped eating, claiming something inside her wouldn't let her swallow. She barked like an animal for hours. She crawled on all fours, her knees bleeding, circling the room for long stretches like she was trapped in a loop. She spoke languages she never learned, Latin, ancient German dialects, and mocked the priests who visited her. At times, she laughed hysterically at things no one else could see. Other times, she cried for hours without any reason. Her strength became unnatural. Two adults struggled to hold her down during her violent episodes, even though she was physically weakening. Finally, after countless terrifying incidents, her family and local priests agreed to perform an exorcism. What followed became one of the most documented and horrifying exorcism cases in modern history. Over the next 10 months, 67 exorcism sessions were performed. Each session lasted 3 to 4 hours. The recordings from these sessions remain some of the most chilling audio evidence ever captured. In these tapes, Annalise speaks in voices that cannot belong to a human girl. Deep, roaring, overlapping voices, some shouting, some laughing, some crying, all at the same time. She claimed multiple entities lived inside her. She named them, described them, fought with them. She said dark figures stood near her bed at night, calling her, threatening her, watching her. She often refused food and water, saying, "They won't let me eat." Her body weakened drastically. Her eyes became hollow. She looked like a shell of the girl she once was. Yet the strength came and went. During one session, she bent an iron cross with her bare hands. Another time, she threw two grown men backwards. Her voice could switch from guttural growls to hissing to mocking laughter within seconds. She would shout, "Leave! You have no power over me!" And then suddenly, in another voice entirely, "She belongs to us." By spring of 1976, Anneliese was exhausted, physically, mentally, spiritually. She told the priest she felt trapped inside her own body, unable to control herself. In her final weeks, she barely spoke except to whisper prayers or cry silently in her bed. On the night before her death, she reportedly said two quiet sentences. "Please, stay with me. I'm so tired." The next morning, on July 1st, 1976, Anneliese Michel passed away. Her death shook the world. Doctors said she died from malnutrition and exhaustion, but those who witnessed the last 11 months, her family, priests, neighbors, believed something darker was involved, something science could not explain. The tapes, the voices, the languages, the strength, the visions, the way she reacted to holy objects, it all remains one of the most chilling, unexplained cases of real horror ever recorded. Today, her story is still studied, debated, feared. Many believe Anneliese was a victim of possession. Others believe she was a victim of an illness misunderstood. But one truth remains. Whatever happened inside that quiet German home left a mark on history, one that still terrifies people around the world. If you want to hear more real horror stories like this, stories that shake the soul and stay in your mind long after the video ends, then make sure you subscribe to our channel. Hit the like button, share this video with your friends, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss our next terrifying story. Your support helps us bring more real, chilling tales straight to you. Stay safe and stay aware of the darkness around you.